Last night at UFC 309, Michael Chandler humiliated himself. And I'm not talking about the dominating loss to Charles Oliveira. I'm not talking about the fact that he sat out for 2 years, brown-nosing Conor McGregor, praying for that fight, only to fight Charles Oliveira and get dominated. I'm not talking about the fact that he turned his back and ran from Charles Oliveira on multiple occasions. What I'm referencing and what we're going to look at here in a second is him cheating over and over and over again. There were so many blatant fouls in this fight, and I combed through and found every single foul that I could find. Okay, there might have been others that weren't on camera maybe, or weren't at the right camera angle. Literally, I lost count. It's probably over 50 blatant fouls, and I'll tell you this right now, he literally cheated in every single round. I am not kidding when I say he should have been DQ'd for the round 5 with the brutal back of the head shots. And not only did he cheat in this fight, he also cheated in the Dustin Poirier fight as well. We're going to get a quick refresher on that. Not only that, it seems like Michael Chandler recently admitted to cheating on his wife. We're going to take a look at a clip of an interview from Michael Chandler that he recently did. I covered this in a previous video, but we're going to take a look at that in this video as well. Let's jump right into it because there's a lot to discuss here, okay? Let's jump right into it. This is the fight against Dustin Poirier, okay? We're just going to look at this very briefly. He cheated so egregiously in this fight, he should have been DQ'd in this fight as well. I don't understand how Chandler gets away with this. And what pisses me off, and we're going to get to the Oliveira fight in a second, which was the worst cheating I've seen ever in UFC history in a single fight. But it's like nobody even holds him accountable for it. And this guy prances around, oh, I'm a Christian and I'm so holy and I'm so morally superior and I'm this and I'm that. And, he sucks off Conor McGregor left and right, even though Conor is doing all these horrible things in the public eye. He acts like he's this great moral person, and then he goes out there in every single fight, basically, and cheats nonstop. First off, look at this. Michael Chandler in this fight against Dustin Poirier, he blows his nose in Poirier's mouth. Watch this. He does this intentionally. Watch this. Look at him. Look at him. Look, watch. It gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse. Blows his nose intentionally into Dustin Poirier's mouth right there. Disgusting, reprehensible. Reprehensible. And that's not it for this fight. That's not it for this fight at all. And by the way, let me tell you guys this. I will link the unlisted videos of the Chandler cheating against Dustin Poirier as well as Chandler cheating against Oliveira. If anybody else wants to use it for a video, I'll link them both down in the description. There'll be unlisted videos of all of the fouls from Michael Chandler from the Dustin Poirier fight as well as the Charles Oliveira fight. But let's see what happens next after he blows his nose in his mouth. Okay? Check out these shots. You guys tell me if these shots are legal. These are some Michael Chandler ground and pound shots. I believe it was in round 2. Check this out. Are these legal? 1, 2, 3, 4. Referee smacking his hand away. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the ref's staring right at it. I don't know how he's getting away with this. And then watch Poirier's reaction here. He's like, well, what is this ref doing? And look at Chandler. He's like, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing, but it gets worse. It gets worse. It's not just that. Watch this. This is Chandler, I believe in the second round as well, trying to get a rear naked choke. He literally tries to fish hook Dustin Poirier. Watch this. He tries to stick the fingers in Poirier's mouth. Watch this, and he turns away. But that's not the best angle. That's the angle they showed live on the broadcast. Afterwards, they showed a better angle that a lot of people missed. I broke this down years ago. Check this out. This time he actually puts his fingers in Dustin Poirier's mouth and almost gets a rear naked choke. Thank God he didn't. Look how blatantly illegal this is. I mean, this is classless. And this is a guy that masquerades as some good Christian, some good moral guy. Look at this. Fingers in the mouth of Poirier and trying to rear naked choke him. Disgusting. Reprehensible. Reprehensible. Luckily, he doesn't get it. Okay, now let's move on to the Oliveira fight. The Oliveira fight, there's a lot to look at. Now, I'm going to go through this very, very slowly. It's a recent pay-per-view. I don't want to get a copyright, but I've slowed all this down already. Okay, I've went through, I've edited out every single foul from Chandler at UFC 309. First, we start off with this eye poke. Now, the eye poke in real time, you could kind of see, but I had to zoom in here because they isolated it in a very small replay. Check this out. This is in the first round. So, he reaches out, he eye pokes him. It's an accident. I don't think it was the most egregious foul ever. But you add that on top of everything else that we're going to get to. He literally cheated in every single round, including the first multiple times. That's not even just the first foul. There's like 5 fouls. Right here, I have a list of the fouls. Round 1, eye poke, fence grab on takedown, grabbing inside the gloves, fence grab on the ground, and back of the head shots. That's just round 1, guys. That's just round 1 right there. Okay, so there's the eye poke. And what makes the eye poke bad is right afterwards, he starts charging Oliveira. Now, I'm not going to show that because there's no sake in showing that. But he eye pokes him, then rushes forward and tries to get an advantage off the eye poke. This guy's a scumbag. Next clip. Oliveira looking for a takedown. Now, it is illegal to grab the fence. It is illegal to reach over the fence as well. Watch what Chandler tries to do here. Look. Blatantly illegal here. Blatantly illegal. I mean, it doesn't get much more illegal than this. Hand is over the fence trying to defend a takedown. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say other than that's blatantly illegal, and Oliveira luckily gets the takedown anyway, and then he ends up on top of him. And watch here, you're going to start seeing some glove grabs, okay? Watch Chandler slide, and there I guarantee there was moments where the angle was kind of off and I couldn't really tell. I bet you there's a lot more glove grabs that I didn't find, to be quite honest. But watch, you'll see him right here slip the fingers in here. Watch this. Watch this. Look. He'll slip the fingers right. Look at that. Look at that. Blatant fingers inside the glove here. I mean, it's just crazy that he was getting away with all this. And there was times where Oliveira was complaining about it to the ref, Keith Peterson. He wasn't doing anything. Boom, fingers right inside the glove. Look, and this is why Oliveira couldn't get off a lot of ground and pound throughout the fight, is because Chandler was grabbing inside the gloves. You'll see more. You'll see more right here. Look at this. Look, watch. Look, he adjusts the grip and look, boom, he tries to get the fingers in there. Tries to get the fingers in there. Now, also, in the first round, these aren't particularly like crazy, powerful, egregious shots because he's on his back. But he punches Oliveira in the back of the head. Watch this. Now, some of these are on the fringe, okay? Again, I'm saying these aren't the worst ones, but I wanted to include because there's a couple that's clearly dead center of the back of the head. Watch this. So, first off, grabbing the fence. Okay, here he is grabbing the fence on his back. Hands inside the fence. Clear as day. I mean, there's no doubt about it. What he's trying to do is position his body and drag himself further over. I mean, this guy's a blatant cheater. This is we're still in the first round. We're still in the first round. Look at him. Okay, and then after this, soon after he grabs the fence, first Keith Peterson yells at him for having his fingers in the fence here, because I believe this is Charles Oliveira's corner yelling about it because he did this multiple times. But then after this, we get back of the head shots. Watch this. Ready? Dead center, back of the head. Ready? There's more. Okay, that one's probably back of the head, but that one's not as bad. That one's not back of the head. Then that one's just a little baby punch. But still, man, one of those was dead center the back of the head. That one's kind of questionable. And then a couple of these here, it's a weird camera angle, but it looks to me like right here could be back of the head. You can't tell. I'm not going to sit here and go crazy about it. And then I think there's like one more that's clearly back of the head. Yeah, look. Look, 2 of them right to the back of the head. And then some of those are questionable. You can't really tell because of the camera angle. I just left them in there. And look, even Oliveira's corner is screaming and yelling at the ref. Keith Peterson sees this. There's one. That's another one right to the back of the head. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 more. Back of the head. Back of the head. Back of the head. I mean, how many back of the head shots? And again, these weren't super impactful. These weren't super impactful. Or wait, hold on. Did we just jump ahead to the second round? Hold on. Let me check. Does I have an edit here? Okay, yeah. So here we're in the second round with 2 minutes left in the second round. Sorry, I kind of, the way it jumped, I wasn't looking at the round at the bottom. So in the second round, Oliveira gets a takedown, gets a full mount, and you get more back of the head shots. More back of the head shots. This is really the only fouls you had in round 2 were these back of the head shots from Chandler. Boom. Clear back of the head. Boom. Clear back of the head. I mean, just disgusting. And then at the end here, watch this. I don't, when you cheat this much, you have to just assume everything with malice. It looked like he was trying to eye gouge Charles Oliveira here. Watch this. Maybe people didn't pick up on this. Watch it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And Oliveira's like, what in the hell? Oliveira starts doing the same thing. That kind of looked like an eye gouge there. Round 2 was the least cheating from Michael Chandler. Okay. We're going to jump into round 3 now. I could rewind this back probably 5 to 10 seconds and Chandler was still grabbing the fence. But I didn't want to use too much footage. Again, I don't want to get a copyright strike on this. By the way, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Michael Chandler, dirty, dirty fighter, deserves to be called out for it. He's grabbing the fence here on the takedown. He's grabbing the fence here on the takedown. He's holding the fence, and he was holding this 10 seconds prior to this clip starting. He's trying to defend the takedown. Watch. The second he takes it off, look, he's still grabbing it. I mean, does it get much more egregious than this? And we haven't even got, we're in round 3 right now. It doesn't get much worse than this. Look, and then as soon as he lets it go, he ends up getting taken down. And Oliveira just dominated him. Just absolutely dominated him. Then, in round 3, we have more glove grabs here. Look at this. Look at his hand right here. He's curling his fingers inside the gloves. This is why Oliveira wasn't doing a lot of ground and pound throughout the fight. Even though he was dominating Chandler second round, hurt him multiple times on the feet, took him down, full mounted him. It's because Chandler was cheating nonstop, grabbing in the fence, grabbing inside the gloves. I bet you there was 20 more glove grabs that we didn't see on camera, or there wasn't a clear angle that he was definitely doing it. Look, grabbing inside the gloves. Clearly grabbing inside the gloves. Look. And Oliveira's like, okay. At this point, Oliveira complains to the ref. Complains to the ref, watch. And I think he's grabbing he's grabbing both of them. He's inside both gloves. He's not just inside this one. You can see he's kind of inside here. You can see his fingers are inside the glove. But watch. Watch down here. You can't really see, but watch Oliveira. He just looked up at the referee, and then he starts kind of wiggling his hand here. Watch. Look. And look, he's looking at the ref. Because, again, he's grabbing inside the gloves. So, round 3, atrocious and horrible. And also, what I didn't show you there is Oliveira started throwing some like 12 to 6 elbows, and he was kind of wrapping them around the side of the head. They were getting close to that mohawk area. Chandler started complaining to the ref about Charles cheating, when none of those were like 100% illegal. They were all kind of a gray area. So then we have round 4. We have more glove grabbing, and more glove grabbing. Watch this. You'll see it right here. Watch. Look. This is Chandler's hand. Remember, Chandler has the blue tape, okay? This is Chandler's hand right here going on top of Oliveira's hand here. Okay, watch this. Watch this. Look. Digs his fingers in the glove. Look, right there. Clear as day. Digging his fingers inside the glove. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Look, still fingers inside the glove. And then Oliveira finally gets it back. Then you jump ahead, okay? Chandler has the 2-on-1 here. Watch, he digs his fingers inside the gloves again. It's clear as day. Watch. Look, watch. You can't see it right there yet. You can't see it, but watch. Watch when they turn over. Look, you can see clear as day. Boom. More fingers inside. This guy is a cheater. This guy is a piece of shit. This guy is a scumbag who walks around acting like he's so morally superior and so godly. You know, what an embarrassment. Complete and utter embarrassment. Left his family in January for a mythical fight against Conor McGregor. Sucked off Conor McGregor publicly every chance that he got. And that's not, oh my God. You know, we're going to talk about the call out at the end of this video. The pathetic call out on the mic afterwards. Completely embarrassing. But look, more glove grabs. Look, deep. I mean, if this glove could be Bruno Silva's eyes and Chandler is Chris Weidman, okay? More blatant glove grabs. And then at the end here, okay, if you remember, if you think back to the 4th round, Oliveira has his back. There's like a stalemate for like 30 seconds. And Rogan's like, oh, Oliveira's so tired, so he's not really going for the choke. No, it's because Chandler had his fingers deep and look. He had his fingers in both gloves. If you were wondering why Oliveira wasn't doing as much damage as you would anticipate, it's because Chandler was cheating the whole fight. I bet you there's so many instances that we didn't have clear views of. Both, look, fingers in his glove, fingers in his glove. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That's at the end of round 4. Now we're about to get to round 5 here in a second. But again, I mean, look, you can see clear as day his finger going inside the glove. It's not even up for debate. So that's why Oliveira didn't do much at the end here, okay? Now we have round 5. This should have been a DQ right here. This should have been undeniably a DQ. So Chandler sprints out there, hits him with 2 right hands, hurts Charles Oliveira, then overextends, kind of falls on the ground. Oliveira tries to take his back. Chandler scrambles to this position here. And I had to zoom in, and I can't show too much footage here because I don't want to get copyright struck by the UFC. This is maybe the worst cheating I've ever seen. And what's crazy is I'm zoomed in here. So you can't see Keith Peterson just standing there staring at it like nothing's going on. How many back of the head shots is this? Look, watch this. 1, clear back of the head, okay? 2, clear back of the head, and the forearms landing. It's not just the fist, the forearms landing to the back of the head. The fist is kind of landing like behind the ear where it's not even touching. I still don't think the fist is legal, but look how bad this is. So that's 2. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that one's legal. That was legal, so that's not 6. The next one will be 6. That one's legal. 6. And that's kind of the forearm there. 7. And look at Keith. Keith's got to get a better view. He's got, I like these illegal straight. I mean, Mark Smith would have had Chandler DQ'd here. So what are we on, 7 now? And then we can't see those, probably back of the head. Back of the head, 8. 9. I mean, you really can't tell here for sure. Look, back of the head, 10, 11. I mean, these are clear. Look, 12, 13, 14. I mean, these are all these. And look at Keith. Do something, Keith. This man's too busy thinking about Marlboro Reds. He's like, man, I'm gonna hit. I can't wait for you to get a fug after this. Oh, can't wait for a fug after this. I mean, seriously. Now I just lost count. What were we at? 15? I don't know. We lost count. 15. 16 probably right there. You can't really tell. Then he throws a legal one. I mean, this is craziness. And you can't really see here. And then when he sits up, it might be cut off a little bit here because I tried to zoom in. There's another one when they're up against the fence here. Let's see if it shows it here because I had to zoom in for the back of the head shot. Okay, that was it. That was it. So it was like 15-ish. 15 to 20 clear back of the head shots just in the 5th round. And then this last clip I want to show you, just for the sake of transparency, right here, Charles Oliveira, as he's surviving and getting brutally struck to the back of the head over and over and over again, he decides, you know what? I'm going to grab inside Chandler's glove and try to lock up this triangle. I don't blame him. I mean, how many fouls was that? That's probably over 50 fouls. I mean, think about first and second round, there was back of the head shots. There was glove grabs in pretty much every single round. This guy was borderline eye gouging. He's grabbing the fence. 3 blatantly egregious fence grabs. 20 back of the head shots, probably more. There was probably over 50 fouls by Michael Chandler in this fight, and that's just ones we can verify on video. What a pathetic man. What a weak-minded man. And this is exactly what I told you guys forever. Chandler is pathetic and mentally broken. That is why he's been begging for this Conor fight over and over and over again. Conor broke him, man. He wasted his career for a man who wouldn't even dare give him the time. And this guy went out there and he knew he couldn't beat Charles Oliveira. He knew he couldn't. You know, he might stand up at the end and flip backwards, doing absolutely nothing. He just accepted losing. And the only way he didn't accept losing was, oh, let me cheat as much as possible. Imagine had Keith Peterson stepped in and called it a TKO. The MMA community should have exploded. But instead, people are like, oh, man, Chandler's so exciting. I don't want to sit here and say this fight wasn't exciting, but what's so exciting about watching a guy get dominated? He lost all 5 rounds if you subtract the fouls in the 5th round. Because even the 5th round, he lost, arguably, without the fouls. Okay? Okay, maybe you say the right hand rocked him, so maybe he wins the 5th round anyway. But, man, this guy is a blatant cheater. Then he gets on the mic afterwards and calls out Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, get your candy ass back in the octagon. I got a sweet tooth. And I'm really looking to eat something sweet right now. I'm telling you right now, Chandler was cheating because you know what he thought? He thought to himself, I got to beat Oliveira. I got to get on the mic afterwards so I can call out Conor. Now, he got a post-fight interview anyway, which is just disturbing. He didn't deserve a post-fight interview. He deserves to be cut from the organization. I can't believe anybody's letting him get away with this amount of fouls. He should have been DQ'd. And again, look at the Poirier fight. He's fish hooking in the Poirier fight. This guy may be single-handedly the dirtiest fighter in the UFC. But he so desperately wanted to be able to get on the mic with a win and call out Conor McGregor again. Conor McGregor! I'd really like to play your skin flute. Get your candy ass back. And meanwhile, Conor's got a trial over in Ireland he's dealing with right now. Very, very damning details have come out about that. But Chandler gets on the mic afterwards anyway after losing and being dominated. Charles Oliveira was better in the clinch. Charles Oliveira was the better striker. Charles Oliveira was the better grappler. The only thing Chandler was better at in this fight was cheating. So imagine sitting out for 2 years, okay? We haven't even got to the clip of Chandler basically admitting that he cheated on his wife on Ariel Helwani's YouTube channel. We haven't even got to that yet. Imagine sitting out for 2 years, okay? For a dude who doesn't even give you the time of day, okay? You're in your late 30s. You've already lost your last fight. You don't get that fight. You get a big fight against Charles Oliveira. You get dominated and you cheat the entire fight. Then you come out afterwards, instead of saying, you know what, Charles is a hell of a fighter. You know, we'll see what's next for me. You got to call out Conor again and give him airtime. I don't even know if Conor tweeted about it, which is hilarious in itself. Conor tweets about everybody and everything just to get a little shine on himself. He didn't even acknowledge Chandler as far as I know. And to be honest, you know, Chandler and McGregor probably deserve each other. They're both cheaters. I mean, remember how much Conor cheated in the Habib fight? Doesn't even hold a candle to this Oliveira fight. But yeah, what a pathetic man. What a cheater. I mean, how many blatant fouls was that? I would love for somebody to actually physically count all the fouls that I just showed you. I tried to count it when I was making this edit, but I lost count. I'm like, oh, I'm not going back and watching all this again. I'm going to do it in the video, but then I forgot to do it completely in the video. I mean, we're talking close to 50 blatant fouls in this fight, and I probably missed some. Now, the next thing I want to take a look at, you know, we already talked about the pathetic call. I can't show that. I'll definitely get copyright for that. This was on Ariel Helwani's show last week. He did an interview with Michael Chandler. I swear Michael Chandler is admitting to cheating on his wife here. I'm not saying definitely that's what it is. I don't want to start that rumor. I covered it last week and said that's what it sounds like to me. But this guy maybe is not only a cheater in the Dustin Poirier fight, fish hooking. This guy may not be just a cheater, you know, in the Chandler fight. I mean, punching in the back of the head. Let's rewind this a little bit. I mean, look how bad this is. He may not only be a cheater in this. I mean, these are some of the worst shots. How am I taking so long to rewind? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Back of the head shots over and over and over again. Back shots dead. But he may also be a cheater in his personal life. He's out away from his wife, you know, since January, praying that Conor McGregor finally shows him some attention. And he says this. And again, he's talking back, I believe it was the first Charles Oliveira fight is where what he's talking about here is where this picture's from. But tell me this ain't awfully suspicious.
I'll never forget this moment.
Are you looking at someone? Or are you
looking at my wife? There's
a
actually an even better picture because she's wearing this beautiful outfit. It's sparkly, goldish silver, and she looks like a freaking angel. And there was 20,000 people in the arena, and all I saw was her. And I remember just apologizing to her in that moment for reasons that she did not know.
I have no idea. I'll let you guys make your own judgment. It sounds like to me he's talking about cheating on his wife. Maybe he let somebody give him some back shots dead, and he told his wife about it. He apologized to her after he got brutally finished by Charles Oliveira, and then they prayed about it afterwards. Maybe he went to some conversion therapy or something. That's what it seems like to me, but there's more.
I was going through something that she did not know about because I needed to protect her from it because we were away from each other. And she knew, you know, it's just funny. She knew it was a different, I'm sorry.
I mean, is this not incredibly bizarre? She knew. She knew I was up to no good. She knew I was up to no good. I mean, what?
Because I knew I let myself down. I let her down. And sometimes in life, you have to go through these battles. You have to go through these things that are so painful to become the man that you need to become, to be galvanized by the most ridiculously painful fires that you would never wish upon your worst enemy.
In a second here, Ariel asked him, "Can I ask what you're talking about?" And he's like, No, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that anymore.
And yeah, that was the last fight, and that was the last 30 seconds I was in the octagon. You know, so now we get to right that wrong and get back in the win column on Saturday night.
Could I
get back in the win column on Saturday night? Any means necessary, apparently. I'm surprised he didn't shove his fingers up Charles Oliveira's ass to try to get an advantage over him. You know, give him the Ruzaboyev coach treatment. I mean, look at this pathetic, Absolutely pathetic.
Ask what you're referring to, what you were apologizing about?
No.
Okay.
But someday it'll come out. But it was, let's just say it was the worst camp of my life.
So you're actually saying I'm sorry in that moment, because the video's from the back, but then I saw the photo and I was like, oh wow, this is the different perspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're thinking about non-fighting stuff in that moment too.
I thought about non-fighting stuff every single day for that entire training camp.
Wow.
So he's thinking about non-fighting things, and he's apologizing to his wife, who he was away from, left her as a single mother all training camp. Did the same thing with Conor McGregor all 2024, apparently. So I didn't think that Chandler could sink any lower. I truly thought he already ruined his career. I've broken this down ad nauseum. But to go out there against Oliveira and cheat so blatantly and commit so many fouls, I don't know how anybody respects this. If it wasn't the rim job in Conor over the last 2 years, if it wasn't the lashing out at fans who were telling him, hey man, Conor snorting coke 24/7, he's probably not coming back. Him lashing out at the fans. How dare you tell me what to do? If it's not him coping 24/7 and, justifying horrible decisions and lying to fans about date after date after date. Meanwhile, I'm telling you, nope, not going to happen. Let's break it down one more time. Summer 2023. Oh, it's going to happen. Summer 2023. September 2023. December 2023. UFC 300. UFC 303. The Sphere. December 2024. And now Dana, I'll probably make a video on this soon. Dana said Conor isn't going to return until late 2025. And this man cheated up a storm against Charles Oliveira and then called out Conor afterwards. This dude thinks about Conor night and day. Thinks about him night and day. And I just think, man, Chandler's a pathetic human being. And I know people are going to be like, Joey, why are you so harsh? I don't respect this dude. What he did, I've never seen that level of cheating in a fight ever. Ever. And he should have been held accountable for it. To be honest, if it was up to me right now, he'd be suspended by the commission, unable to compete for at least a year. Maybe a 2-year suspension. That's how blatant those fouls were. You guys let me know if I'm being over dramatic. And I know definitely people are going to think, Joe, you're just biased against Chandler. No, that was the worst cheating I've ever seen in a single fight in UFC history. And of course, it's against Charles Oliveira, the guy who's dominating him. But Chandler's just got to cheat to try to win. But oh no, he did some cool. He did some. He had Oliveira on his back and jumped up twice at the end. So woohoo, he's so exciting. No. Michael Chandler's a weak, mentally broken, pathetic man who doesn't deserve to fight in the UFC for at least 2 years. Waste another 2 years of your career sitting on the sidelines. I think we need to call the New York Athletic Commission and tell them, look, this guy needs to be suspended. He needs to be suspended. I'm going to find if we can contact them because genuinely they need to suspend him for that. I don't care. People, what are people going to make excuses for him? This wasn't like one errant back of the head shot. It's like 25 total in the entire fight. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.